Hi, it's Emily again. So this is my second video um, of all the most incredible downloads I've been receiving for human beings. And in the last video, I talked a little bit about, how plants and flowers and fruits are constantly absorbing this cosmic information from sunlight and also from the earth, and they contain like information to help us awaken to our true nature. And also, one piece that I didn't mention is that when you think about it, like you have vine ripened tomato, and you have like tomatoes that were picked green and then left to ripen on their own, like in a room. And always the vine ripened tomatoes are so much sweeter. They are a lot tastier. And why is that? Because the vine ripened tomato ripens with the sunlight. So can you imagine, like, for some reason, I am not like a chemist, but for some reason there is an alchemical process that when sunlight can hit the fruit, and it's being absorbed by the fruit, it creates this sweetness, and also the fruits become ripened, the fruit becomes softer, more tender, and more sweet. So if you think of ourselves as human beings, as live beings, what can that do for us? It can sweeten us, it can soften us, it can nurture us, it can nourish us. So these qualities are just incredible. And fruits and flowers and plants are really, really potent packets of cosmic information. And it's so exciting that this information is just everywhere, literally everywhere, on the face, all around the surface of the earth. So, and then today, in this video, I also want to talk about another really, really cool packet of information, and that is salt. So in another dream on that night, I was sitting in a circle. I was invited to a circle of sages and ascended masters, and people that I obviously didn't know, but I felt like they are very highly esteemed people that I highly respected. And there were stuff in the middle of the circle that I was invited to eat. And then I picked up this handful of thing, and it actually turned out to be salt crystals. And the moment I ate those salt crystals, it was like electricity was running through my body, and I went into this crazy, like, electricity was animating in my body, and I just laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed hysterically. And the sages and masters started laughing, and they told me, well, your diet has so much sugar and it makes you depressed. That's why you need good salt to counterbalance it. And then just last weekend, I was attending some health weekend course, and the person explained that actually salt is electricity in the body. And I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And then this cosmic information started to come through again. Like, if you think about where salt comes from, it comes from the sea. It's seawater being evaporated. But why is seawater so salty? Where does seawater come from? So you think about all the rivers that go out to the sea for millions and millions of years. The water carries all of the mineral deposits from the earth, from the soil, from the land. It carries it millions and millions of years. And so all of these minerals got carried with the water into the ocean, and then as the seawater is evaporated to make salt, these mineral crystals remain in the salt. So basically, when we are eating good salt, I'm talking about good salt here. I'm not like completely against table salt, anti-caking agents, or bleach. There are so many like low quality restaurants out there. They have the salt on the table. When I pick up the salt container, I could literally smell the bleach. It's horrible. I'm talking about really good quality salt here. And if you think about it, so salt actually carries the energetic quality of the minerals of the land where it comes from. Like, wow, how exciting is that? So then it just makes sense to me. Like, wow, then we really gotta eat like a variety of salt from different places so that we can be absorbing this whole variety of information. So if you think about Himalayan rock salt, it has the energetic quality of the mountain rock salt, this stillness, this steadiness, this solidness. And then you have Celtic sea salt that comes from the sea. So it's all about motion, it's about movement, it's about moving. It has more of the energetic quality of the ocean. And so when we eat different varieties of salt, we become more well-rounded. Like it helps us to be more balanced. And if you think of like how the minerals come from the earth, like after millions and millions of years, if you're really energetically sensitive, you could actually eat the salt and be able to tell what happens to the land. Like all the histories of the land, all of that information is packed in the minerals, like the history and the story of the land. And so if you think about it, if the fruits are like crystallized energy from sunlight, then the salt is like crystallized energy from the earth and also being catalyzed by sunlight as well. So when we eat really good quality salt, it activates us, it brings us this information, it wakens this dormant memory, this dormant knowing of who we are and of our true nature that is lying in ourselves. This is like just incredibly exciting. I'm going to refer to my notes to see what else is there to say. But it's like, yeah, basically, the universe is leaving clues for us everywhere. And if you think of ourselves as the creator of the universe, we are playing this game of hide and seek with ourselves. Okay, we forget who we are and then we come here as human beings. But it's just ingenious and clever design that we actually leave clues for ourselves to remember who we are all around the universe. As I said, salt and sunlight and fruits and plants and flowers, and also natural spring water. When you drink natural spring water that comes from the mountain, also carries all of this information. And I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting, because it creates such a level playing field for everyone. You don't have to be a super rich person. If you just come and live on the land and drink natural spring water and eat good quality salt and pick fruits from the fruit forest and smell flowers, like you get activated. This information is just like literally everywhere on the face of the earth. It's not a secret. It's all around. But the thing is, are we receiving it? Are we absorbing it? Are we opening ourselves up to let it in? And it's just exciting. We're like fish swimming in that water. These codes, this data is just like everywhere. Okay, let me pause a moment and see if there's anything else that I want to share in this video. So, last thing that I want to say is that it's not about growth. I have said this in my previous video. It's not about growth. Everything that we want it to be, we have already been before. We have experienced it. We have fully manifested our greatest potential. The blueprint is there. Now it's only a remembering, and the clues are everywhere, literally everywhere. Okay, thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next video.